Costco does not make most of what carries its name. The big brands do. And one of them charges 7 times more for the same pill under its own label. 12 Kirkland items, and the names behind them are not the ones you expect. You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. Buy the wrong Kirkland item every month, and you hand the warehouse a few $100s a year for nothing. Buy the wrong one twice, and you throw half of it away before it gets used. Stock rotates, and some of these will be gone by fall. Number 1. Walmart wants $31.98 for 40 Duracell copper tops. Costco puts 48 cells in a box for $16.99. The same company made both of them. The Kirkland Signature Alkaline AA pack holds 48 batteries in plain cardboard, rated by Costco for 12 years on the shelf. No window, no cartoon bunny, nothing on the front but the price. $16.99 works out to about 35 cents a battery. That Duracell 40 count at Walmart lands closer to 80 cents each. Put that across a year of remotes, wall clocks, smoke alarms, and a hearing aid case. The gap stops being pocket change. You are paying less than half for a cell that came off the same line, out of the same Duracell plant, in a cheaper box. Craig Jelinek, Costco's chief executive at the time, said it on camera. Talking to WSB-TV in Atlanta back in 2016, he held up the Kirkland pack and said there is no advertising, no overhead, there is just packaging. Split the box when you get home. 8 in the junk drawer, 8 in the car, the rest in a cool closet where that shelf life actually holds up. One honest limit. These are alkaline cells. If you run a camera flash or a power tool, rechargeables still beat them over a year. Read the tag before it goes in the cart. Prices checked the week of August 17th ran $14.99 in a handful of warehouses and $16.99 in most of the rest. 2 aisles over, past the pharmacy counter, sits the widest price gap in the entire building. Number 2. Your knees hurt in the morning, and the bottle in the medicine cabinet is almost empty. That refill is about to cost you 7 times what it needs to. Kirkland Signature ibuprofen comes as 2 bottles of 500 tablets, 200 milligrams each. 1,000 tablets, sealed, in a box the size of a paperback. $10.99 for the pair. That is about a penny a tablet. Walmart sells Advil-coated tablets, the same 200 milligrams, 300 count, for $23.48. Call it 8 cents a pill. 7 times the figure you pay here. Take 2 in the morning and 2 at night for a bad month, and the name brand costs you about $9.60. The Kirkland bottle costs you $1.32 for the identical month. This one is not a rumor you have to squint at. Costco's own website lets you filter pain and fever products by manufacturer, and the Kirkland Signature listings come back under Perrigo. Perrigo is the largest store brand drug maker in the country, and its name sits right there in Costco's own search tool. The company also supplies the pain reliever aisle at several other chains you shop. The molecule is identical. The dose is identical, and the only thing that changes is whose logo went on the label. Keep the first bottle in the kitchen, and leave the seal on the second one. Light and heat are what age these tablets, not time on the shelf. One caution, and it matters more after 60. Ibuprofen is hard on kidneys, and it interacts with blood thinners and blood pressure medication. Ask your doctor before a bottle this size becomes a daily habit. Check the expiration date stamped on the bottom of each bottle at the shelf. 2 people will not finish 1,000 tablets quickly, and that date is what decides whether this is a deal. The next one is stacked by the front doors, and the company behind it sold the whole division 2 years ago. Number 3. Pick up a Charmin 12-pack at Walmart and it feels like a bargain. Then you divide it out, and it stops feeling like one. Kirkland Signature bath tissue runs 30 rolls, 2-ply, 380 sheets a roll. That is 11,400 sheets in a single package. Across the warehouses reporting on August 17th, the average was $21.13. Divide it out, and you land at about 18 cents per 100 sheets. Walmart prices Charmin Ultra Strong 12 mega rolls at 242 sheets at $19.43, and Walmart's own shelf label calls that 67 cents per 100 sheets. Nearly 4 times the figure you pay here. The maker has been an open secret for years. Clearwater Paper was widely reported as the mill behind Kirkland bath tissue, running plants in Idaho, North Carolina, Illinois, and Las Vegas. Then, on November 1st, 2024, Clearwater closed the sale of its entire tissue business to the Italian company Sofidel for $1.06 billion. All 4 of those plants went with it. Squeeze a roll right at the pallet before it goes in the cart. 2-ply, that gives too easily, has usually been sitting somewhere damp, and it shreds on the holder. One honest limit, 30 rolls needs about 3 feet of closet. In an apartment, that shelf space is a real cost. Warehouses price this one all over the map. Pembroke Pines, Florida sat at $20.99 on August 17th. Kauai was at $25.99 the same day. 3 items in, 3 household names hiding behind the label. The next one sits in a locked case. Number 4. Your daughter calls and says she is out of formula, and you are the one closest to a Costco. The blue can at Walmart costs almost $40 for less than £1.50. Kirkland Signature ProCare Infant Formula comes in a 42-ounce tub, non-genetically modified, with the dual HMO blend printed on the front. $29.99 a tub. That is about 71 cents an ounce. Walmart sells Enfamil NeuroPro at $37.97 for 20.7 ounces, which is $1.83 an ounce. You are paying well under half for the same ounce of powder. Perrigo does not hide this one either. Perrigo's own pediatrics website carries a product page titled Kirkland Signature ProCare. The company announced back in February 2011 that it had begun supplying Costco's store-brand formula. It is widely reported that the same Allegan, Michigan plant fills Walmart's Parents' Choice and Target's Up and Up. Different lids, one production line. Tape the scoop to the inside of the lid. Grandparents lose that scoop more than anyone alive. One caution that overrides the price. Never switch a baby's formula on your own judgment. That call belongs to the pediatrician. And the savings are not worth a week of a colicky infant. Write down the lot number printed on the bottom rim before it goes in the cart. If there is ever a recall, that number is the only thing that matters. Down on the floor of the next aisle sits 40 pounds of something, and one recall in 2012 told everybody who really makes it. Number 5. Get a hand under the bag, and the weight is the first thing that makes you look at the tag again. 40 pounds, and the tag has 2 digits on it. Kirkland Signature chicken, rice, and vegetable dog food comes in a 40-pound paper bag with the handle cut into the top. The reporting warehouses averaged $34.35 in August. That is about 86 cents a pound. Walmart sells Purina Pro Plan chicken and rice, 34 pounds, for $77.48, or $2.28 a pound. 2.5 times the figure you pay here, for 6 fewer pounds. We know who makes it because of a recall. In May 2012, Diamond Pet Foods pulled Kirkland Signature bags off shelves over salmonella traced to its Gaston, South Carolina plant. FDA investigators tied that outbreak to 14 human illnesses across 9 states. Diamond has made it ever since, and that recall is the paperwork that proves the relationship. Nobody puts a supplier's plant address in a federal notice unless the supplier is real. It is an ugly way to learn who your dog's food comes from, but it settled the question permanently. Pour the bag into a sealed bin the day you get home. The fat in kibble goes rancid in an open paper bag faster than most owners think. One honest limit. 40 pounds is a lot of food for a small dog. At a cup a day, that bag sits open for 4 months. Pull yours from the middle of the pallet, not the top. The top bags take the forklift scrapes. Number 6 is stacked behind the bakery, in a bag that quietly lost its logo. Number 6. Turn the bag around and look at the bottom seam. For years, there was a small green circle down there that Costco never once advertised. Kirkland Signature 100% Colombian coffee comes as a 48-ounce bag of dark roast. 3 full pounds of ground coffee in a foil brick. $21.49 at most warehouses. That is about 45 cents an ounce. Walmart sells Starbucks French roast ground coffee, 28 ounces, at $25.14, and Walmart's own label calls that 90 cents an ounce. Twice the figure you pay here. That green circle was the Starbucks logo, and the bag said custom roasted by Starbucks in plain English. Then it vanished. Shoppers on Reddit noticed the Starbucks mark vanish from the house blend, espresso, and decaf bags around the start of 2024. Costco never explained why. Whoever roasts it today, Starbucks was willing to put its own name on this coffee for years, which tells you what the beans were. Freeze 2/3 of it in a zip bag the day you open it. 3 pounds go stale on a counter long before it gets drunk. 1 honest limit. This is a dark roast, ground fine. If you brew with a French press, that grind is too fine and you get sludge in the cup. Look for the roast date printed near the seal before it goes in the cart. Anything past 4 months old ends up in the trash, not in your cup. Now for the bottle that a whole generation has been wrong about. Number 7. Ask 10 people who makes Costco's French vodka and 9 of them say Grey Goose. All 9 are wrong, and Grey Goose has said so publicly. Kirkland's signature French vodka comes in a 1.75-liter bottle, distilled and bottled in France. The reporting warehouses average $21.06. That is about 12 cents an ounce. Binny's Beverage Depot lists Grey Goose in the same 1.75-liter bottle at $44.99 on sale, marked down from $55.99. More than double the figure you pay here, and it is not even the same liquid. The paperwork says something quieter. The bottle is filled at the Gaillant Distillery in Douai in northern France. The federal label approval for Kirkland's signature vodka is registered to the Levette Corporation of Mira Loma, California. Grey Goose has called the rumor completely false. The French distillery behind Grey Goose says the two products share no production and no distribution. Pour it into a decanter when company comes. Nobody has ever guessed it blind, which is the entire point. 1 honest limit. Only about 379 warehouses carry it, because state liquor law decides that, not Costco. Look for the separate liquor door off the parking lot. That is where it lives, and in most states you do not need a membership card to walk through it. The next one has a second company's logo printed right beside Kirkland's, and almost nobody notices it. Number 8. There are 2 brand names on this bottle. Shoppers read the first one and walk past the second one every single day. Kirkland's signature cranberry juice comes as 2 96-ounce bottles shrink-wrapped together. 100% juice, no added sugar, 6 quarts in the pack, $8.46 on average across 631 warehouses. That is about 4 cents an ounce. Walmart sells Ocean Spray 100% cranberry juice blend, 64 ounces, for $3.97, which is 6 cents an ounce. Matching 6 quarts at Walmart runs about $11.91. A gap of roughly $3.45 on juice from the same company. A glass a day works out to about 2 of these packs a month. Run that across a year, and the gap clears $80 without you changing a thing you drink. That second logo is Ocean Spray, and this one nobody had to dig for. Ocean Spray's own website carries a product page for Kirkland's signature Ocean Spray 100% juice cranberry. The co-op that grows the berries put its name on the Costco label on purpose. Pour 2 inches off one bottle and stand it in the freezer. It thaws fine and buys you 3 more months. One caution worth saying out loud. 100% juice still carries all of the fruit's own sugar. If you watch blood sugar, an 8-ounce glass is the serving, not a tumbler. Check the seal ring on both caps at the shelf. Shrink-wrapped pears take a beating on the palate. Number 10. This bag sits 4 feet from the one we already recommended, made in the same plant, by the same company. It is the one to walk past. Kirkland's signature Nature's Domain salmon and sweet potato is a 35-pound grain-free formula, also made by Diamond Pet Foods. The reporting warehouses averaged $38.97, which is about $1.11 a pound. Compare that with 86 cents a pound for the chicken and rice bag on the next pallet. You pay more money for 5 fewer pounds. Then comes the part that decides it. In its June 27, 2019 update on diet-associated dilated cardiomyopathy, the FDA published the brands named most often in case reports. Nature's Domain appeared 29 times. The FDA has since said no causal link has been established, and that is fair to say out loud. It is still a question mark you do not need to buy. The loss is not the $39. It is a cardiology workup on a 10-year-old dog, which runs into 4 figures at most specialty practices. Walk 2 pallets over instead. Kirkland's signature chicken, rice, and vegetable, 40 pounds, about $34.35. Same plant, same company, 5 more pounds, less money, and no FDA list. The next one is over by the pantry aisle. in a tin that fools careful shoppers more reliably than anything else in the building. Number 11. The green tin looks like the best deal in the store. In a household of two, it is the most expensive oil you will ever buy. Kirkland Signature 100% Italian extra virgin olive oil comes in a 2-liter tin. That is 67.6 fluid ounces of oil in one container. $21.99 at the low end, which pencils out to about 33 cents an ounce. On paper, that beats Walmart, where Filippo Berio extra virgin runs $7.48 for 16.9 ounces, or about 44 cents. Then the calendar gets involved. The North American Olive Oil Association tells you to use opened olive oil within about 3 months. 2 people do not cook through 67.6 ounces in 3 months. The loss is not the $22. It is the half you pour down the drain in February, which quietly doubles your real price to about 65 cents an ounce. That is worse than the Walmart bottle you walked past. Buy the Filippo Berio at $7.48 and actually finish it. Or stay in the warehouse and take Kirkland's own 1-liter Baena bottle at about $13.39. Half the oil, all of the flavor, and none of it down the drain. The last one is the only item on this list where the price is right and the box still is not. Number 12. The price on this one is genuinely good. That is exactly why so many grandparents got caught by it in January. Kirkland Signature diapers, size 4, come $1.98 to a box, sized for 22 to 37 pounds. $39.99 a box. That is about 20 cents a diaper. Walmart sells Huggies Snug and Dry, size 4, 180 count, at $62.37, which is about 35 cents each. The math looks like a win. And then the box changed. Bloomberg reported in December 2024 that Costco was replacing Kimberly-Clark, the company that makes Huggies, with First Quality, the company that makes Cuties. The switch started in January 2025. Fortune covered what happened next. A TikTok video calling the new diapers paper thin pulled close to 100,000 likes, and parents piled on about absorbency. Costco says absorbency is unchanged and it is not switching back. The loss is not the $40. It is a 3 a.m. change of the crib sheet, the mattress pad, and the pajamas. At a house where you are the one on duty, take the Huggies Snug and Dry, 180 count, at $62.37 from Walmart until the reviews settle. Paying 15 cents more a diaper to avoid stripping a crib at 3 a.m. is the cheapest trade in this whole video. 9 to put in the cart, 3 to walk right past, and a famous name behind almost every one of them. Here is the habit that outlives this list. A Costco price ending in 97 is a manager markdown. It is not a promotion, it is not coming back at that number, and more often than not, the item is on its way out of the warehouse for good. Learn to read that last digit. It tells you which deals are worth stocking up on and which ones will still be sitting there next month. Warehouses rotate stock and regional buyers make their own calls, so what is on your shelf may not match this list. The label on the front of the box is marketing. The company behind it is the product. And once you know which is which, you stop paying for the difference.